Tommy Lee Walker was declared innocent by a Texas court 70 years after he was executed for a crime he did not commit. Dallas officials now acknowledge that Mr. Walker, who was 19 years old at the time, was wrongly convicted for the 1953 murder of 31-year-old Venice Parker, a white woman. The court declared the case was based on false evidence, coercive interrogation tactics, and racial bias. This exoneration was due to an extensive review of the case by the Dallas County Criminal District Attorney's Office, along with the help of the Innocence Project and Northeastern University's School of Law. Joining us now is Tommy Lee Walker's son, Edward Smith, and his wife, Dora, and Professor Margaret Burnham, director of the Civil Rights and Restorative Justice Project at the Northeastern University School of Law. Thank you all so much for joining us. Edward, let's start with you. Just give us a sense of your reaction. What went through your mind the moment that you heard your father was finally declared innocent?
Well, my heart just rejoiced when I found out my father was innocent.
And Dora, you know that your husband has worked so hard for this moment. Give us a sense of what it means to the family.
It's just a relief. I've been, when his mother was telling me about what went on just about every day, what happened to Tommy Lee, Edward's father, I just went into trying to find more detail what's going on. This innocent man that didn't do, the crime, and things went on, and it just devastated someone's life taken like that at an early age.
So, Edward, give us a sense of the tears that we see now. Are these joyful tears, or is this painful?
It's a little bit of both, joyful and painful, because I really never got a chance to really know my father. And when I was coming up, I said, my daddy got the electric chair for something you didn't do.
You and Venice Parker's son, you met for the first time, and you to embrace, explain what that moment meant for you, to actually embrace the son of your father's accuser.
Yeah, me and him, we had a relationship there because we both lost someone that was dear to us.
Professor Burnham, Mr. Walker had no criminal record, maintained his innocence, and had an alibi corroborated during the trial by 10 different witnesses. You led a team in reviewing this case, and the findings helped lead to Walker's exoneration. Just walk us through what that process looked like.
Well, yes. First of all, yes, Tommy Lee Walker was 19-year-old when he was charged, and the crime took place on the day that Mr. Smith, whom you just heard from, was born. So he had a really strong alibi. He was at the bedside of his girlfriend on the day this crime took place. He was not arrested until 4 months after the crime. He was then interrogated by a detective who had once belonged to the Ku Klux Klan. He was forced to render confessions under enormous duress and stress, false confessions, and the IDs were made months before, or the persons who claimed they saw Tommy Lee Walker at the scene of the crime made their IDs months after they witnessed what it is they say they saw. Under no circumstances would Mr. Walker, Tommy Lee Walker, have been convicted today. We engaged in this case with students here at Northeastern University School of Law, partnered on the case with the Innocence Project that has done many of these cases over time.
Of course, this exoneration comes 70 years too late. But what does it mean for our legal system and the historical fabric of our country?
The legal system has to correct its errors, especially its fatal errors, and this is exactly what this is. Our project has many other cases like this across the country, dating back to the Jim Crow era, in which trials were rushed all white jurors, black witnesses demeaned as they testify, all the signs of white supremacy and Jim Crow. Our courts have to take a look at these and figure out what measure of justice can be afforded at this moment for all of those thousands of African Americans across the country, and in particular those hundreds and thousands in Dallas who supported Tommy Lee Walker in 1954, 1955, 1956, the years of his travail, and claimed then, loud and clear, that this young man, this teenager, was innocent of this heinous crime.
Edward, what kept you fighting after all this time, all these decades?
Because my mother always told me, your father was innocent. And I had to keep fighting because it drove my mother to, drinking real heavy. And I had to keep fighting. And I'm going to fight to the bitter end. Because they took something real from me.
Professor Burnham, Edward, Dora, we thank you so much for sharing your story. So glad that you got some semblance of justice here.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.